Hello guys, hello, and we are here to do story time. So good afternoon, I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe, and we are going to do story time. Now, I want a disclaimer. I read out of books, but I have one, but it's Easter. I know, we're coming up on the major holidays, but this one's Easter. That's all I could do. That's the best I can do, guys. I'm sorry, but it is Disney. So let's get started. Oh, by the way, you're looking at Cassie in her brand new outfit. Well, new to us. From her aunt Becca, from Becca's Happy Place, and yeah, she gifted us a whole bunch of stuff, didn't she, darling? And so yeah. She's looking cute as she wants to be. Let's get started with the story, guys. Just a moment. Okay, today we're going to read the Disney Princess, The Wishing Well. There's Snow White. So let's get started. I'm excited. One bright spring morning before she met the dwarfs the prince, Snow White leaned over her balcony to catch a glimpse of the flowery meadow. But this was no ordinary spring. It hadn't rained much, and there weren't nearly as many flowers as usual. Listen, oh my goodness. Snow White tried to listen for the far-off tinkling of the forest stream, but instead she heard a cry that sounded as if it was coming from the wishing well. Below her balcony, she raced down the castle stairs and over to the wishing well. Snow White peered into the well, and she was surprised to find a bunny inside. It was sipping from a puddle of water. "You must be very thirsty," she said. Startled, the bunny tried to climb out, but it was too small. Aw. There's Snow White. And there's the bunny. Bless him. It's much easier to get in than to get out, called Snow White. "Don't worry, I'll help you." She cupped her hands and leaned over so the bunny could hop into them, but it couldn't jump high enough. "Almost, but not quite." "I know," Snow White said. "I can bring you up in the bucket." She lowered the bucket slowly, but when she tried to raise it again with the bunny inside, the rope broke. Snow White closed her eyes and wished for the bunny to be safely out of the well. When she opened them again, a squirrel had joined the bunny, leaning down to drink out of the puddle. Perhaps there isn't enough water in the well to make a proper witch, Snow White thought. Eager to save the animals, Snow White decided to ask her stepmother for help. But when she reached the queen's chambers, she saw her stepmother staring into her magic mirror, enchanted by what she saw there. Snow White tiptoed away. She knew not to disturb the queen when she was talking to her mirror. Sorry. Snow White slowly descended the castle stairs, thinking about the animals in the well. As she looked down at her feet, she thought about how each stone step formed the grand staircase. It gave her an idea. With renewed hope, Snow White headed for the trees. She sped through the meadow and into the brush until she came to a trail of stones deep in the forest. Snow White bent down to lift one of the heavy rocks, then hauled it out of the woods. Snow White rested the stone on the edge of the wishing well and peeked inside to check on the animals. She saw the raccoon, a chipmunk, and a skunk had joined the others trapped inside. "Watch out!" Snow White called, before carefully dropping the stone down along the inner edge of the well. Without uttering another word, she dashed off into the forest once more. Soon Snow White returned with another stone, and she dropped it into the well the same way as the first. Push this one next to the first rock, so he told the animals. Then she brought another stone and another. As news spread of Snow White's efforts, animals from throughout the forest came to help. When they were all done, Snow White and the animals admired their work. "It's not as fancy as the one in the castle, but it will have to do," and Snow White said Snow White. With the help of the animals, Snow White had built a staircase. The bunny hopped up the stairs first, followed by the squirrel, the raccoon, and the chipmunk. Everyone kept a safe distance from the skunk. When all the animals were out, a soft spring rain began to fall. Snow White celebrated by singing a happy song. And from that day forward, Snow White and the animals became close friends. After the rain finally arrived, flowers bloomed everywhere, and the bushes were bursting with berries, and there was plenty of water in the well for making wishes. All right, we're going to move on. Just a moment. Okay, sorry, we're back. Now we're going to read Frozen Spring Parade. It was a beautiful spring day. The breeze was soft, the sun was warm, and the birds were singing happily. Elsa and Anna were picking wildflowers in a field not far from town. "I can't believe it's finally spring," Anna said, looking around the lush green meadow. Elsa grinned. "I love spring," she said. "Remember when we were kids and I used to lead the spring parade?" Anna interrupted. The spring parade was one of her happiest childhood memories. I love that parade. We haven't had a spring parade since we were little kids." Elsa nodded. "Now that the gates are open, we should have it again, starting this year." Anna clapped her hands. You'll look so great at the head of the parade," she told her sister. Elsa grinned slyly. "Not me, you." Anna, Elsa, and their friends started planning the parade the very next day. "Marching band?" Elsa asked. "Already rehearsing," Kristoff said. "Flowers?" Anna asked. "I've been collecting them all achoo, week," Olaf said, smiling. Next on the parade planning checklist was clothing, so Anna and Elsa went to search the royal wardrobe. "How about this?" Anna asked, putting a silly hat on Elsa. Sorry. Elsa giggled and held up some boots. "These are definitely you," she said. She told Anna, Soon the sisters were laughing so hard at the goofy clothes that they could barely stand. Okay, it's time to get serious, Elsa said. You need something special to wear to the parade. With a little help from Anna's friends, the parade was shaping up beautifully. It was going to be exactly like it had been when Anna and Elsa were kids. The last thing on the planning list was for Anna to find a horse to ride in the parade. Anna and Olaf headed to the royal stables to find the right horse. Anna thought the first horse seemed promising until he tried to eat Olaf's nose. Hey! Olaf giggled. That tickles. Next, Anna saw an elegant horse by the pond. This is Lottie Crystalbrook, Shiny Toes the fourth. The head groom said. Lady of Crystalbrook, Shiny Toes, and fourth stepped toward Anna and tripped over her own feet. She fell right into the pond. Oh dear, Anna said. How about him? Olaf asked, pointing at a big, strong horse. This is Doubtless, the groom said, as Anna stepped forward to pet the horse. A leaf fluttered by in the wind. When Doubtless saw the leaf, his eyes widened. With a loud, frightened whinny, he turned and ran away as fast as he could. I do not think you should ride him, Olaf said. Hours later, Anna was at her wit's end. They had met every horse, but they hadn't found the right one. I don't know what to do, she said. Maybe we should just cancel the parade. Aw, poor Anna. And I apologize, guys, that was my dryer. Alright. Cancel the parade. Anna and Olaf looked up to find Kristoff and Sven entering the stable. Why would you do that? Kristoff asked. I can't find the right horse to lead the parade. Anna said, I think I know just the fella for the job, but he isn't exactly a horse, Kristoff said, slinging his arm around Sven's shoulders. Sven is perfect, Anna exclaimed. He's loyal, and brave and smart and handsome. Kristoff added, and handsome, and Anna agreed. Anna introduced Sven to the royal stable grooms. He's going to be leading the parade with me, she exclaimed, so he needs to look extra fancy. The grooms set to work, so Sven, they had oiled his hooves, they polished his antlers, and they brushed and brushed and brushed his fur. When the royal grooms were done with Sven, he positively shone. Sorry, let me read that again. When the royal grooms were done with Sven, he positively shone and shined. Sorry, not shone. Sven, Anna said, you look severed. What does that mean? She elbowed Elsa. Get it? Sven, severed. I get it, Elsa said. That didn't make sense. But I read it anyway. I get it with a smile. But I think there's something missing. Elsa hung a huge flower wreath around Sven's neck. There, she said. Now you're perfect. Alright guys, we'll do one more. Let me find the right book. Just a moment. Now we're going to read, our last story is called Bambi, the Spring Adventure. Early one morning, Thumper hopped through a thicket to visit his friend Bambi. Wake up, the bunny whispered to the sleeping fawn. Let's go on a special spring adventure. My camera's not focusing, sorry y'all. Bambi scurried and gave great big yawn. I have to tell my mother where we're going. You can't do that, Thumper said. It's a secret. Besides, she'd never let us go. What's that? The friends hopped. With that, the friends hopped away through the woods. A few minutes later, Bambi and Thumper spotted their skunk friend. Good morning, Flower, Thumper said. Thumper wants to go on a special adventure, Bambi said. Do you want to come along? Oh, gosh, I do, Flower said. But would you tell me what we're doing? Thumper puffed up his chest and said, I want to show you what the beavers build on water. Bambi and Flower looked at each other. It sure sounded exciting. The three friends didn't notice a red bird perched on a branch above them. The bird named Red was a friend of Bambi's mother. He flew to her and told her where the young prince was headed. Maybe it would be good for Bambi and his friends to explore on their own, Bambi's mother said. Would you mind keeping an eye on them? Red agreed. Meanwhile, Thumper and Flower were hard at work trying to push Bambi through a tight thicket. Why are we going this way? Bambi asked. We can't go the regular way, Thumper whispered. We are really close to the meadow where all the bunnies get grazed, including my mama. If she sees us, she'll say I have to look after my silly sisters. Suddenly some branches gave way and the three friends fell out onto the meadow. Thumper's sisters saw them. They wanted to know what their big brother was up to, so they followed him. So did Red. The three friends continued walking through the woods. Soon they came to a stream. A beaver, excuse me, a beaver with big teeth and a large flat tail walked up to them. Who are you? Bambi asked. My name is Slap. Honest to goodness, guys, that's what it says. S-L-A-P, Slap. The beaver said. Where are you going? Thumper hopped forward. I want to show my friends what the beavers build on the river, he explained. We call it a dam, and Slap and I can show you the way. A little while later, they arrived at the dam. Here we are, Slap said. Everywhere along the river, the beavers were busy. Some were in the water pushing logs, while others were chopping down trees with their strong teeth. Beautiful pictures in this book. Come on out to the dam, Slap offered. Come on out and onto the dam, Slap offered. Thumper and Flower went first, and Bambi followed, a bit unstable. Unstable on his legs, soon they were balancing on the logs among the working beavers. Hey, this is fun, Thumper shouted. The dam started to shake. Uh-oh. Help! Help! Thumper! Four little voices suddenly cried. It was Thumper's younger sister. They had gone out on the dam as it started to shake. Now the log they were sitting on was floating away. We have to rescue them, Thumper exclaimed. Hurry! They are headed toward the waterfall, Slap shouted. My goodness. Not good, y'all. Pretty bad, ain't it, Cassie? Yeah. All right. Thumper's sisters were getting close to the waterfall. A few minutes later, Slap and two other beavers reached the runaway log. They slapped their tails with all their might and slowly but surely they got the log to the riverbank. Bambi stood in the water with Thumper perched on his head. One by one they pulled his sisters to safety. Once everyone was back on land, Thumper thanked the beavers for their bravery. "You're welcome," said Slap. "Then you can find your way home from here?" "Nothing to it," Thumper said. "We live just around the thicket and to the right." Thumper began to lead the others through the woods, but he couldn't seem to find the path home. So they kept walking and walking. Soon the trees blocked the light from the fading sun, and the branches swayed, casting scary shadows all around. Thumper," Bambi said, "I think we might be lost." "Oh, don't be silly," Thumper said. "There's nothing to be afraid of. Here, nothing to be afraid of here, especially when you're the bravest rabbit in the forest." Suddenly Thumper hoped one hopped into something. "Ah!" he screamed. Fortunately, it was not a monster that Thumper had run into. It was Bambi's mother. Oh no. And there's the owl in the tree there. "Oh, I'm glad you are safe," cried Bambi's mother. She led them into the meadow where there was some sunlight. "Red was keeping an eye on you. He told us what happened." Till then, the friends had not noticed the bird who was fluttering in the air above them. Bambi's mother tapped her foot angrily. "You all must promise never to go without telling someone first," she said. They all agreed though Thumper didn't seem too happy about it. "Good," said Bambi's mother. "Now let's go home. The sun has started to set." They got in trouble, didn't they, Cassie? Soon the group returned home. "Good night, everyone," Flower said. "Good night, Flower," the others called. Bambi then turned to Thumper and whispered, "Thanks for taking me on your special spring adventure." Thumper smiled. He said he and his family went to their burrow. Soon the bunny was fast asleep, dreaming of the next adventure. Thank you all for joining us today for story time. And I hope you enjoyed the stories. Even though they were a little chaotic, my book would cooperate. But I will go to the library and get some different books. But today we read, that was my ice maker, 5-minute Easter stories. And there's Cassie. And so we're going to go because Daddy will be here in a minute. And thank you all for joining us today for story time. Now have a great week, not just a good week. Be blessed. Stay safe. Much love, everyone. Bye-bye.